everyone and welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, then hi, my name is Lauren, and on my channel we mostly talk about anything luxury, but we also discuss lifestyle and beauty. So if you're interested in any of these topics, please consider subscribing to my channel and we'll get started with the video. Exciting unboxing from Moncler. It's actually an item that I have featured in my 2023 luxury wish list. By the way, if you're curious to see the items that I wanted to get this year and kind of compare with the items that I've been able to cross off my list, then I will go ahead and leave the link to that video in the little information link over here for you to see it. Of course, this item is gigantic, and that's kind of the reason why I'm not holding the shopping bag in the introduction part of the video. That being said, we'll move on to the item very shortly. I'm so excited to show it to you, so if you're curious to see what I got, then please keep on watching. Alright, so I've actually backed up the camera more or less as best as I could to show you this huge shopping bag. It is so large, so we'll go ahead and start opening it right away. So the way that it looks closed looks like this. So we are going to go ahead and open the ribbon here, and then inside we have this protective dust bag, if I can remove it from the bag. Okay, here we go. So this is what it looks like. I'm so excited to show it to you and actually to see it again myself. Believe it or not, this is something that I have bought in New York City a very long time ago. I believe it's been 2 or 2.5 months since I've actually purchased this item, so I'm very excited to show it to you. Oh, it was so gorgeous. Here we are. So it's a very large protective dust bag, and it's a very large, I'm sure that you can probably guess, jacket. So let's go ahead and open this beauty. Remove the hanger. Oh my god, I hope that this is an okay unboxing. And here we go. We have my beautiful jacket from Moncler. So the jacket that I got is called Filmeris. It is in size 0. So now let's move on to how and why I got this particular beauty, and of course, mod shots at the end. So let's start by talking about how I got this particular piece. So this was kind of something that happened spontaneously, even though, like I mentioned before, I had put it on my luxury wish list for 2023. So I was actually in New York City for only one day. It was a very short trip. And the reason why I was there was to go buy a Goyard tote. That was super intentional. I had calculated my trip just to get this purse. And so the way that I kind of did it was I went to purchase the purse. I loved it. I was so happy. I was on cloud 9. And then, of course, you know, I wanted to enjoy New York City. It is a city that I lived in previously, that I loved. And so I decided to kind of leave the purse for a while at the store, and then go walk around in New York City for 2-3 hours, and then pick up the purse and then head back home. And so I stumbled across a Moncler store in New York City, and it's not anything that special. I mean, there is a Moncler store in Washington, D.C., so pretty close to where I live, but it was a gigantic store. It was their flagship store. So I decided to go in and see if they had a jacket that I liked, and sure enough, they did. So they had this beautiful jacket, Filmeris, in size 0. And so I tried it on, and instantly I loved it. But there was one thing. I felt like the size was a little off for me. It was a little too small for me, especially around the shoulders. I have fairly broad shoulders for a girl, so I really felt like the shoulders were a little tight for me. And then, you know, obviously this is a winter jacket, so whenever I'm going to wear this in the winter time, I'm going to be adding a sweater underneath. So when I tried this jacket on, I had like a little summer dress, nothing. So I felt like if I were to add a sweater, then it would become like, you know, almost like too much. So I didn't take it in size 0. Instead, I asked one of the store attendants if she could order a size 1 and have it shipped to the store in DC, which is much more convenient for me. So that's how it started. I was so happy. I was convinced that size 1 would be my size, and then a couple of days later I heard back from the store in DC saying that they had my order. So I went in, and like, I kid you not, size 1 was huge. It was so ridiculously large. It looked like I was pregnant. It made me look like I was pregnant, but like not like 2 months pregnant, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 months pregnant. So it really wasn't a look. I was like so disappointed, so sad. I, you know, didn't really know what to do anymore. I felt a little bad because I had specially ordered it, but then it really didn't fit. So I had to tell them, well, I'm so sorry, but you know, it's not my size. Can I order a size 0 instead? So what I did was, okay, so size 1 is definitely not going to be my size. I love this model so much that I'm willing to get the size 0 and then be cautious about what I wear underneath. So this is obviously a very beautiful winter jacket, and it's not something where I'm going to be wearing like a fleece underneath or anything. I feel like, you know, this is typically the type of jacket that I will be wearing like to go out to eat to like a nice restaurant, like that kind of stuff. So I won't be wearing like my super thick winter sweaters, so I feel like it's fine. But yeah, I felt like the model was perfect. I really like how tight it was right here around the stomach area. It really made me look like a lot slimmer than I am, so it's great. And then I really, really love the fur. I think the fur is kind of like how I fell in love with this jacket, and so I decided to order a size 0 again at the store in DC, and then maybe about a week later they actually had it in the store and I tried it again, and it was just the same as the one that I had tried on in the store in New York, and it was perfect and I loved it and I got it. So now moving on to why I got this particular piece. So this is actually not my first Moncler jacket. I already have another one, which is called Moncler jacket. So basically it's a shorter jacket. It's a jacket that goes up to about here, so about like the hip area. It doesn't actually cover my hip, it's kind of like above the hip. So it's a short jacket. It looks very, very similar. It's in shiny black, and then it has a fur as well. The fur is slightly different. I would say that it's a little bit more brown. This one is a little bit more gray than the one I have. If I find a picture somewhere, I might include it on the screen. I'm not sure because I see that the screen is basically taken already, but let's see if it looks good. So yeah, anyway, I have another Moncler jacket already, so I'm very familiar with the brand. I feel like it's really nice. But the one thing that was missing from that jacket was the fact that it was short. So whenever it would be quite cold, I would actually be quite cold because the jacket wasn't covering my hips and my butt, and I would feel like very cold around, like, you know, my upper thighs and then butt area. So I wanted something that would cover my butt and like my upper legs. I also have Canada Goose jacket that is about this length, so that is about the length of my new jacket. But I feel like it's very, very sporty, so if I have to go somewhere nice or if I want to dress up, that's not the kind of jacket that I would go for. So that one I do reserve for, like, you know, outdoorsy activities, for going back to Canada, for like that kind of stuff, but not necessarily like right here to go out. So whenever I would be going out and it would be cold, I would have nothing to wear. So that's why I kind of felt frustrated, and I also felt like something was missing in my wardrobe. I felt like I didn't have the right clothes. So this is something that's going to be perfect for any kind of like nice event, nice, you know, walk in the city. I feel like it's a type of jacket that works just as well with like a dress or with a pair of pants and like a nice little turtleneck sweater. I feel like I'm going to create such beautiful outfits with this jacket. I'm so excited to be wearing it. And then finally, one of the other reasons why I got this jacket was because of the fur. I love the look of the fur. I know that it's not for everybody, and I respect that, and I hope that you can respect my choice as well. And I know that for Moncler, they're kind of like going to the end of their use of fur, and that's fine. But so I wanted to have one of the last jackets that still had the fur on it. I feel like it's such a look. I really, really love it. It's not that I actually wear the hood on that much. I do for the Canada Goose jacket that I have, because that one, like, I'll wear it in a blizzard and it's very, very convenient. Your face like never gets any snow. But this, I don't really see myself wearing in a blizzard. But then at the same time, I feel like it's really, really classy and I love the look of it. So price-wise for this jacket, we were at $2,740 plus tax, which is quite expensive, especially for just a jacket. It's like not a handbag or nothing, you know, made of leather, or it's not Chanel or whatever. So I felt like it was pretty expensive, and it's weird to say, but I do also want to tell you that it is one of the reasons why I actually got it. And that's because there has been such a big price increase with Moncler over the years. I remember being in high school, obviously that was a very long time ago, about, you know, at least like 11 years ago. So I remember 11 years ago, these jackets were not selling for that expensive. For a beautiful long one like this with the fur, it was around like 700 euros, which, you know, at the time was a lot of money. But now thinking that I could get that type of jacket for 700 euros, I do wish that I had gotten it earlier. So I think my mantra was kind of, okay, there is no better time to buy than right now, because the price will keep on increasing. So if I want to get it, and since I want to get it, today was the day. So I decided to get it at the same time in New York City. You know, it's also the kind of ideal place and the kind of ideal time to buy this beautiful jacket. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I love sharing unboxings with you. I always feel like it makes you part of a team, or like part of my team in this case. So that's always nice to share my excitement. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.